the third most corrupt nation on earth. Now, continuing here. Students kicked off campus for wearing American flag tees. And it continues, freedom of expression or cultural disrespect of Cinco de Mayo. So the article's like, oh, should you be allowed to wear American flags? Imagine how absurdist that is. See, oh, maybe this is good, yeah. See, that's just like Europe. All over England, they just put up signs outside internet cafes on the streets saying if you visit any extremist material as listed by police, you are going to jail. That article's up on Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. In fact, print that again for me. It's a Steve Watson article. Thank you. Students kicked off campus for wearing American flag tees. Freedom of expression or cultural disrespect of Cinco de Mayo. Maybe we can just take the stars off and put a Mexican eagle in the blue field with a snake in its hand. Maybe that would be okay then. On any other day at Live Oak High School in Morgan Hill, Daniel Gala and his 4 friends would not even be noticed wearing T-shirts with American flag. But Cinco de Mayo is not any typical day, especially on campus with a large Mexican-American student population. But they're not Mexican-American. I'll guarantee you these are the kids of illegal aliens who are all full of La Raza and Mecha, and they teach it. For those inside the race, everything. Those outside the race, nothing. That is Ku Klux Klan. And I've protested them, and I'm going to protest you. Because I'm somebody who's steadfast and tells the truth, period. By the way, you love your little liberal leaders, illegal aliens. Why are they setting up Planned Parenthoods in your neighborhoods? Oh, that's good to kill your babies. See, I'm racist because I don't want you to kill your babies. That's how screwed up you are. That's how under mind control you are. Oh, I'm a white devil because I don't want blacks to abort their babies, 50+% of them. See how that sickening, twisting mind control works? No. I look at something and I decide what is justice, what is for the republic, what is for freedom, and what do the globalists want. If the globalists are for something, I'm against it. And the globalists are for open borders and have filled these people full of hatred as a political weapon. That is treason. Notice Bloomberg says arrest citizens with no rights and put us in dungeons. I'm going to cover that in a moment. But, oh, he said, come to New York, illegals. Come to New York. Ghali, I guess you pronounce it, G-A-L-L-I, says he and his friends were sitting at a table during a brunch break when the vice principal asked the 2 boys to remove American flag bandanas that they were wearing on their heads and for the others to turn their American flag T-shirts inside out. When they refused, the boys were ordered to go to the principal's office. They said we could wear it on any other day, Daniel said, but today is sensitive to Mexican Americans because it's supposed to be their holiday, so we are not allowed to wear it today. The boys, said the administrator, called the T-shirts incendiary that would lead to fights on campus. And that's how they're going to get rid of all our free speech in America. Oh, does it hurt someone's feelings? You can't have it. Student told Cinco de Mayo is not the day for patriotism. They said we tried to go back to class with our shirts not taken off. They said it was defiance and we would get suspended. Dominique Marcel said the boys really had no choice and went home to avoid suspension. They say they are angry. We were not allowed to express their American pride. Their parents are just as upset. And of course, these kids are in there in this majority legal alien school hearing about the takeover of America and Aslan. I guarantee if we get these kids on, they're going to go, yeah, this is all we hear is how America's scum and how the illegals are taking over and how go back to Europe, Pilgrim, and we're going to get you. I'll guarantee it. I bet this school's taking down the American flag and run up the American flag. I mean, taking down the American flag and run up the Mexican flag. I will guarantee you that there's been discussions at this school of pulling down the American flag on Cinco de Mayo. In fact, I bet this school did it. I bet if you go in, a lot of schools do it. Now, you take that American flag down. Can't have your American flags on, can't have the American flag outside. But to many Americans, to many Mexican-American students at Live Oak, this was a big deal. They say they were offended by the 5 boys and others for wearing American colors on a Mexican holiday. Because it's a gang thing, you see. It's a gang thing. And that's what nations are. It's what group do you belong to? Well, I belong to the red, white, and blue. I belong to the red, white, and blue. That's why Infowars.com is red, white, and blue. If you go onto the website, it's red, white, and blue. That's the colors of Infowars.com. Red, white, and blue. Okay, it's not red, green, and white. You understand? Period. Period. Because that flag symbolizes my Bill of Rights and my Constitution that protects me from tyranny. The boys really had no choice and went home to avoid suspension. It goes on. But to many Mexican-American students at Live Oak, this was a big deal. They say they were offended by the 5 boys and others for wearing American colors on a Mexican holiday. And the school probably did have to tell them to take it off. They're probably going to get attacked. You know, you don't wear that here, pal. This is Mexico. I think they should apologize because it's a Mexican Heritage Day. And Cia Nuez of Live Oak High students said, "We do not deserve to get disrespected like that." She said, "We wouldn't do that on the 4th of July. What are you talking about, lady? All over the country, people get beat up at 4th of July parades. You're not allowed to have those in L.A. You're not allowed to. I mean, I can show you countless videos right now. Just go Google 4th of July rally attacked by illegals. I mean, there'll just be hundreds of videos. Blood, 2x4s, old ladies being beaten in the head by full-grown men. The cops just stand by and go, well, we love it. We're with the government. The government wants this. I mean, literally, that's what's so sick is we're fighting the bankers, the corrupt government that's taken over, and the illegal alien hordes. I mean, look at 4th of July all the time. They haul down American flags all over the country. And they went on to say they want an apology. As for an apology, the boys and their families say fat chance. I'm not going to apologize. I did nothing wrong. I went along with my normal day. I might have worn an American flag, but I'm an American, and I'm proud to be an American. The 5 boys and their families met with Morgan Hill Unified School District officials Wednesday night. The district released a statement saying it does not agree with how Live Oak school administrators did it, how they handled it. Look, here's the deal. When you can't wear an American flag in America, I mean, what does that tell you about this illegal alien group? What does that tell you? You better go read their literature. You better go find out what they're saying. They're saying as soon as they can, they're going to kill every white person in this country. Now, most Hispanics aren't for that. They need to speak out against it. The threat is these illegals. Imagine America opens its arms up, gives welfare to these people, brings them in, and they feel sorry for themselves. And the liberation theology systems through the colleges, funded by the big banks, tells them that America is evil. We have to speak out against this, especially Hispanic Americans, because the globalists are trying to force all Hispanic Americans to adopt this view so they can further destroy this country. This is just a horrible situation that we're facing. And you know what? You have to make sure that when you have a pool put in or you have a garage expansion on your house, you've got to make sure that the contractor you hired is using legals. You have to do that. And you have to not be lazy. And people say, well, they're the ones that do all the work. Yeah, a carpenter 15, 20 years ago was paid about double what they are now. You can make a living doing it. It's driven the wages down. Now we're only those groups, because they don't pay taxes in most cases, and so they can take a lower wage, are able to do the construction. And it's moved into every other entry-level position, and now over 80% of the meatpacking employees in the numbers I've seen are illegal aliens. Most of the custodians are illegal aliens all over the country. And it becomes unions where, and I've seen this in the news, where if you're not Hispanic, you basically get run out of it. I mean, this is racism, folks. This is control. This is tribalism. This is division. Imagine in America not being able to wear an American flag to school. And how many articles have you seen in the news where the illegals all over the country in the last 4 years of protest pull down American flags? I mean, if they're marching down the street in a protest and they see a car dealership, they pull it down. If they see an auto repair shop, they pull it down. If they see a post office, they pull it down. They even go to police stations and pull it down, and the cops stand there and take it. If citizens did it, they'd come out and attack them because they've been trained. Citizens are open season, regardless of what color they are. But this illegal alien group, this is a precious organization for the New World Order to be used as a political weapon here in the Republic. And that is now what is happening in this country. So I beg people to understand, we're going to collapse like Mexico and California. And all this fake pride that they've put into the La Reconquista, La Raza race groups is just pathetic. It's a mind game. It is mind control. It was created by the liberation theology pushed by the system. Now, here's the deal. We've got Godfrey Bloom coming on because Nigel Farage, who speaks against Van Rompuy and the head of the EU and exposes the New World Order, and his party is gaining a lot of seats in the European Union Parliament and in the British Parliament. He was running for the British Parliament. His plane crashed this morning, and the pilot was in very bad condition. The campaign had said, we think Farage is okay, just hurt, in and out of consciousness. Now he's in stable condition. It was a little bit worse than they thought. The plane is just completely destroyed. Just devastating crash. Thank God he's still alive. And he's doing the same thing. He is talking about how the government's brought in tens of millions of illegals and is using them as a political weapon. They've had other members of governments in Europe who are speaking out against the open borders. Illegals walk up and just shoot them in the head. I mean, we've seen those cases. They just murder whoever they want. Again, the foreigners are being used as political weapons. If you can get foreigners here, educate them, get them to be patriots, then it's fine. As long as they're not on welfare, because that further bankrupts things. But if you can't get to them, which we can't with these language barriers, they are so hyped up and so delusional that they think American flags are bad, okay? Look, you don't have American flags in Austin. You don't have American flags in San Francisco.